Xbox has come out with their announcement podcast that everyone's been sat on the edge of their seats waiting for, because Xbox decided to take years just to announce something that they could have announced over a few fucking tweets. Yeah, Microsoft's communication is absolute shit. But it really, is anyone surprised about that? Of course not. Anyway, they've come out with their podcast and, well, given their verdict on it. They've put out a few tweets as well, just to sort of summarise what they've done in the podcast, which is pretty cool to see. And I'm kind of glad they've done this, although they could have just done it while the rumour was still fresh and coming out. Again, this rumour has been circulating and getting out of fucking hand. Journalists have been grabbing this rumour by the balls and ripping it out because, again, they know they can clickbait dumb fucks like you who believe anything, even if it says rumour in the article. Well, not every one of them said rumour, which I'd consider misleading as well. However, it's pretty unfortunate that people actually believe that stuff because, well, people are absolutely gullible these days. Anyway, this is the Xbox tweets they put out. Again, not really a shocker, but who knows? Xbox is keeping our promise to bring games to more players around the world. Yes, bring more players to games. Guess what? Xbox is getting nothing out of this. With an incredible year of major releases like Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones, and The Great Circle, 2024 is going to be great for Xbox players around the world, and we can't wait to see you in June for the Xbox Showcase. Oh boy, I can't wait to see you there as well, with your more bullshit you're going to release. I like Xbox, and I hope it does do quite well, but it's trying to battle something. I don't know what they're trying to do obviously they're trying to look for money, aren't they? They know that PlayStation's the more popular platform, and as soon as fucking games like Sea of Thieves come on there, bearing in mind Sea of Thieves is free with Game Pass, so I've been enjoying that shit for years now. You used PlayStation 5 players. You got that shit late. What are you doing, boys? You got that shit late. You've been playing on that one quite late, that one. I've been enjoying that for a while. Either way, today we're also continuing our commitment to expanding the communities we reach. We are in the process of bringing 4 Xbox games to other platforms. I think one of them is Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush. I can't remember the other two. They're probably going to be the biggest ones because I've seen a lot of people, PlayStation fans, say that they like them. Although it's quite funny to see a lot of PlayStation fans, the reason they shit on games is because they're on Xbox. If the games are not on Xbox or an Xbox exclusive, they're not going to shit on them. If Starfield came out exclusively to PlayStation 5, I highly doubt it would get as much shit as it actually is. It probably would get a bit of respect, because I don't know why it does that. It's almost like people just hate on the console and use the game as the fuel to the fire, because, well, that's all they can use. There are games which have been available for Xbox players for at least a year, including hidden gems that deserve to be experienced by the more widely, and live service games whose communities will benefit from welcoming even more players. We'll share more details on this soon. Yeah, he couldn't share details for some reason on the podcast. Gatekeeping fucking games, just say. Although it was, I don't know if these are rumours, because again, haven't been come. There's a lot of fucking flying rumours. Please, if you are a journalist, put rumour before the article title so people actually know whether it's a rumour or not. Because some of these motherfuckers put the word rumour halfway down the page and people don't know that. We get it. You want your clickbait. You want your more people on that fucking article and stuff like. We understand why you do it. It's pretty obvious. But please, just let people know if it's bullshit or not. You know, I'm not saying rumours are bullshit. Rumours are either true or not. You know, it's a slice in between. But please stop your clickbait bullshit and just, you know, let people actually know whether it's a rumour, it's false, you name it. You know, because I kind of hate that all. Understand why you're clickbaiting. You take advantage of a news and stuff like that because, well, and then destroy your reputation at that. Either way, Xbox put out another tweet. They put out a collage of tweets because, well, holy shit, they were ready. As we begin to fulfill our passion to offer Activision Blizzard games with Game Pass, we're happy to share Diablo 4 will be available for Game Pass users, Game Pass Ultimate, although they had to clarify that Game Pass Core users probably won't be getting this, although I'm not surprised because Game Pass Core is pretty much Xbox Live. I think you do get some Game Pass games with it, but you miss on quite a large portion of games. The Game Pass Ultimate is pretty much where all the collage of games are, like EA games and stuff like that. So just to preface this in case anyone's on Game Pass Core and like, oh boy, I'm going to get Diablo. No, you're not. You got to upgrade to the second tier. Although at least it's not as crazy as PlayStation's $150 tier. Holy shit. So Game Pass will continue to be available on Xbox platforms. We'll have all first-party games day one. I'm kind of glad this actually is true. I know this was, again, another shitty rumour that was floating about, that apparently Microsoft will be getting rid of day one releases to Game Pass. This is what I think they're going to do for the future of Game Pass, in my opinion anyway. This is a rumour and my opinion. I don't know if this is actually what they're going to do, but this is my speculation of what they may end up doing with their exclusive games on Game Pass. So they may end up doing what EA does with EA Play. Essentially, EA release their games, and about a year after the games come out, they put them on their subscription service. So I'm thinking that's what Xbox is going to do. Game Pass users get it day one, they'll get to enjoy the game, and then a year later, they'll release these games on Xbox, on PlayStation, and heck, if the Switch can actually run it, they'll probably put it on the Switch. Yeah, that's another thing as well, they're putting on Switch. That would be cool to play Sea of Thieves on Switch. I don't know how it will run, though. That's something I do want to see. I know the Switch ports, a lot of Switch ports are, well, very scratch heady. You know, they make me think, I don't know, the console doesn't have a lot of power. I mean, it's coming quite old. It's quite an oldish console now, so it's got a few years on it. It's about 8 years old nearly. You know, it's with the Switch 2 around the corner, I'm guessing that it's going to be a lot more helpful although apparently that's rumoured to have the same amount of power as the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, which for a handheld console, I guess that's not too bad. I'm not entirely sure. I know the Xbox One was pretty underpowered. Either way, they put out another tweet. Xbox hardware will also continue to be a flagship experience for players and for game developers to launch games on with robust and innovative multi-year hardware roadmap, including more console and controller options for you this holiday. Wow. The funny thing that I found about this is while this whole rumor was spanning around, they're still busy advertising controllers and oh yeah, guys, buy this controller. Game Pass, all like the Xbox accounts, the Game Pass accounts, stuff like. While this whole rumor's just circulating around, buy some Xbox controllers. Shit, we haven't even confirmed the rumor, but still buy us. We could be dead by next week, but fucking still buy this shit. You buy this. I mean, at least the controller's not exactly useful. At least you can actually use it on, a fucking PC. But the console, if you buy a console while this rumor's on, I mean, again, you should really worry. If you were going to buy a console, the Xbox preferably, I would have waited until this rumor cleared up just to make it a bit more easier on you. Although this rumor, who knows? Although they have come out and said, Phil I think he said something about Helldivers, releasing on PlayStation. I'm trying to find the tweet, but he seems like he's a little bit pissed off at Helldivers releasing on. Well, not pissed off, but you get what I mean. Anyway, he was like, why is Helldivers on PlayStation and stuff like that? He pretty much, I don't know what their outcome of putting these games on PlayStation. Are they trying to make PlayStation feel like they're the bad ones and pretty much bully them in a corner to release something exclusive from their console over to Xbox? Is that what they're trying to do? I have no idea what they're exactly trying to do. I don't know if Call of Duty is confirmed for Game Pass. I know that rumor's been spanning about for quite a while. I think it is confirmed for Game Pass. And then there was a rumor not long ago saying that no, Call of Duty won't be coming to Game Pass. They're taking a while to roll it out, though. I would have expected them to roll some of the older Call of Duties out, like, Call of Duty 4 and fucking World at War and Modern Warfare, the older Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and, various things like that. I don't expect day one Call of Duties on Game Pass, although that would be pretty cool. I don't think that would be probably good for their business. I don't think it'd grow Game Pass a great amount as well. I don't know how well and successful. I mean, they're at 34 million Game Pass users. I think that is including the core members. I think somewhere I read that there's about 20 million actual Game Pass users for like Game Pass Ultimate users, which is, bearing in mind, that's a lot of fucking users. I think it's like $13-14 a month for that. Obviously, you get the online mode in. You get to play online through there. However, I think an 11 million core members, which a core is essentially Xbox Live. It's the base level of what you need to play online. Yeah, that's still a thing on consoles, paying to play online. But I guess that's how they have to make their money back because, well, I mean, they make their money back other ways, obviously through cuts of sales and stuff like that, but yeah, that's mainly how they make their money through stuff like that, which is, well, PlayStation do the exact same thing as well. Let me try and get back to this tweet again. Xbox will continue to be a platform where you play the biggest games, a platform that is dedicated to you with features like backwards compatibility, cross-save, cross-platform, and robust cloud features. Yeah, I did try that cloud, Xbox Cloud or whatever the fuck they call it. It really wasn't incredible. It was pretty laggy when I started using it. It's like it just slow and stuttery. And that really blurry effect on videos, it kind of had that as well. When you move around in a game, it's just a bunch of blur and then blocky effects on the screen, which I didn't like. It's cool, I guess. And I'm bearing in mind I'm plugged into Ethernet, and I barely lag in games. Like I'm pretty unless it's a game server that I'm in, that is like an American server. If I'm in the European servers, I'm okay to go. If I'm in another server, obviously I'm going to lag and I'm not going to have the best output and stuff like that. But that goes for everything. But the xCloud, it's cool. Personally, I don't like the latency on it. I've tried playing it, and when you play a game, it's like when you move on the controller, like a millisecond or a few milliseconds later, it's noticeable sometimes. Especially again if you're wanting to play a multiplayer game that requires you to have a fast interaction, whether that's Call of Duty or something like that. You can't be just, messing about like that. You need, precision. You need fast action. And I think cloud gaming like that kind of ruins that whole thing. But some people might enjoy it. Some people might have better internet than me. Who knows? But that's my opinion on the whole xCloud thing. But, yeah, cross-platform, cross-save and stuff like that's cool to have. I know a lot of games have that now. Call of Duty, it does. They have a cross-platform feature where, you can pretty much have your account. And I do like that feature. That's a cool feature. I know older Call of Duties, your Call of Duty stats would be connected to the platform you're on. So if you're on Xbox, you'd have your stats connected to the Xbox platform, and PlayStation and Steam, you name it. Which I wouldn't say ruined it, but it kind of made it like, oh shit, if you wanted to go on another platform, you move and stuff like that, you kind of outlook. Now, obviously, they introduced this with Modern Warfare 2019, by the way, but, it still adds a more coolness to it. However, it looks like the future of Xbox might still have a thread of hope. Jesus, hopefully anyway, by the looks of it. Although it still looks like it's being held on by a piece of string, because holy shit, I don't know what's going on at Xbox, man, but this was a bit of a shit show. You got PlayStation fans all hissied up about it. Then again, they seem to actually care more about this than the Xbox fans. The Xbox fans are like, alright, fair enough, it is what it is. They've accepted their fate if that comes like that. But yeah, not really a shocker, this. I thought a day like this, would come, where they got a little bit desperate for money, and they knew that, they weren't going to make enough money from this. So they're trying out. I think they want to try and see how well Sea of Thieves do on PlayStation, and I'm sure if it does well, we may end up seeing a lot more exclusives slipping over, ultimately bringing Xbox to its death. But I don't want to get that deep down. I mean, we don't know yet. But here it says here, Xbox will continue to be a platform with the biggest games and the dedicated to you with features. Obviously, I've read that. This means all means that the biggest games in the world will be available on Xbox. I don't know why they use words like that. It kind of is a bit stupid. The biggest games in the world will be on Xbox. Please stop using words like that. Hell, I don't know why companies do that sort of shit. The biggest games in the world. Yeah, that's why PlayStation keep getting better exclusives than Xbox. Who would have guessed? I mean, yeah, I know. Xbox has Elder Scrolls 6, although I'm pretty sure that's not going to be an exclusive. It's like, oh god, I don't know, man. It just seems a bit fucking stupid in my opinion. Biggest games. Yeah, we're also being outsold by Sony. Thank you for explaining that, brother. It just, I don't know. I hate it when people use that sort of thing when their console isn't doing as well in performance and sales. Now, I'm not someone who really gives a shit about sales. I think people these days are what I'd like to call fake gamers. They care more about the sales of a console than they do the actual experience and the gaming and everything like that of a console. It's like PlayStation. That's the kind of attack from PlayStation players I see a lot. Is, oh my god, our sales are 100% better than Xbox. Okay, we get it. Number one, we can fucking see that. Thank you for clarifying that. Even though it was not obvious from the fucking get-go. We get it. I don't know what point you're trying to put across. Shouldn't you just be happy with what system you game on? Well, no, because, you should be gaming on PlayStation because it's better. I'm not being paid by Sony, though. I wish I was. Of course you do. With all that dick riding, holy shit. I'm not surprised. But yeah, with continued Game Pass Day 1 releases, a multi-year hardware roadmap, and a commitment to a first-player platform, we are here to help creators reach their largest audience possible. Holy shit. So essentially we are... someone put a thing here. Xbox community are basically glorified beta testers before you port polished games elsewhere without exclusivity. What's the point? You got a point there. What is the point of owning an Xbox when... Again, I think the future of games and games, exclusive games anymore on Xbox, probably don't have very much. I think I know what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to use Xbox as a way to funnel. They're like, okay, we can't grow Xbox like we thought we could. Even though they probably could. I think, number one, they need to gain trust within the fucking community. Number two, they need to try and rebuild their brand from the fucking bottom straight to the top again. And bring it back to where it was. Now, that actually sounds a lot harder than it looks. Because, again, all these people have been on the PlayStation console for well over 10 years now, and they've moved to these different consoles. You got to try and pull these motherfuckers back into the Xbox ecosystem, which won't be easy, bearing in mind. I mean, Xbox lost a hell of a lot of players back in 2013, and trying to build their ecosystem up since then seems to have been, well, very rough. It seems like they haven't really... They've complained about that people aren't buying an Xbox, but aren't willing to build the Xbox brand up with something like exclusives and stuff like that. Now, I'm not really a fan of exclusives, but again, exclusives is what pushes and what sells a console at the end of the day, so you kind of have to have them there. And again, that's why a lot of people think Xbox is done for, because, well, you remove the exclusives. What the fuck is I mean, kind of at the moment, what is the point of buying an Xbox? I know that because, well, number one, Game Pass exists on PC, and about 90% of the games on console Game Pass. The only reason you should own an Xbox is if you want to still play Game Pass, but you can't afford a PC. That's what it looks like at the moment. I don't want to shit on Xbox because, again, Xbox is still a great platform, and it's still like power wise, it's still really good. But I just think the community is all over the place with that console. Holy shit, it is. It really is. It's awful, man. It is. It's a rough patch Xbox is going through, and you can see that they are. I don't know. Phil Spencer is all over the place. He just doesn't... I don't know. It feels like he's being controlled almost. He's like, yeah, you got to do this. You got to do this. Them investors aren't happy with Phil Spencer. They're like, no, we got to make more money. But yeah, I don't know how long they are going to continue to support hardware for... I'm presuming that Xbox will just be a beta test for most games. I have a feeling that from what I see, they say that Game Pass games will come day one. Again, I think Game Pass games will come day one to Xbox, and about a year later, they'll be funneled off to the different platforms. They're going to try and feed as much money out of the Xbox brand as they possibly can, probably before they ditch that shit. That's what I have a feeling from this anyway. Because 4 games they release at the moment. How many? That's just a start though. Surely it is 100%. That's just a start of them bringing games over to Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. I know they already have them on, and they're more successful. These exclusives end up being more successful on PC than they do console, so that maybe just shows you something. The Xbox brand has been tarnished, and again, it's very hard for you to bring back people to something that you've tarnished. If you tarnish a brand or tarnish anything these days, trying to get someone to come back to that brand is pretty fucking hard. In fact, really, really, really hard. Because who wants to come back to something that you don't really show a lot of respect in? And I know, I think a lot of Sony gamers as well, PlayStation, are fake gamers as well. They care more about the fact of, our sales are better than this, sales are this and this, when at the end of the day, you should really be just focusing on the fucking gaming part. Sales to you, why do you need to care about sales? It's not putting money in your pocket. Unless you don't want the console to die, which, again, I still wouldn't say sales will stop that happening. I've heard a lot of people just drop their PlayStations and only use them for exclusives. I wouldn't be surprised if a good 50% of consoles are being just used for exclusives. You know, as soon as an exclusive comes out, oh boy, let me dust off this shit box here. Oh, you know, just to play an exclusive game. I know, again, PlayStation there thinking about putting games exclusive games onto PC. I don't know whether that means in the future they're going to be on Xbox. Who knows? But God, I want to see the future of Xbox when they just release their whole catalog elsewhere, and the Xbox users are like, "Hang on, we're getting scammed here. Holy shit! I could just play all these fuckers on PlayStation." But only time will really tell what the fuck happens to this whole bullshit and what happens to the catalog. But it does at the moment. It does feel like that we're getting fucked over by Microsoft. But I really want to hope that Xbox knows what they're doing, because again, communication is shit on there and really shit. And I think they're trying to push xCloud as well, which is their cloud gaming platform, which no one really cares about because, well, cloud gaming, I mean, look what happened to Stadia, for fuck's sake. It didn't perform really, really incredible. But, yeah, who knows? Who knows the future? But, yeah, again, that's another thing. Xbox has announced that its next console will be the largest technical leap you'll ever see. I remember when they said that about the Xbox One, even though that was extremely underpowered. Them consoles, I hate it when they use words like that. They use words that, like, this is the best console you've ever seen. Like anybody just, like, oh my god, really? Oh my god. No, it's not. It's literally just, I mean, I think the Xbox Series X and the PS5, in terms of power, like, yeah, it's definitely better. But I don't know if it's 100, like, a crazy amount better than the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. You know, the CPU is probably a bit better and can handle better. The GPU, again, probably the same. You know, I think using words like, oh my god, it's such a good thing, it's, you know, the biggest technical leap you have ever seen. Definitely not just saying them words to try and hype up a fucking console. It's probably going to be all digital. Yeah, that's apparently the future of consoles now, going all digital. Physical media is dead. I mean, like, I don't really see this coming. Obviously, you know, I mean, it was obvious from the get-go that these companies were ditching fucking disc games because they realized, oh shit, if you buy digital, we can make more money off your ass. Because, we don't want to be losing out on money. I don't know how much they lose out on. Well, technically, don't lose out on money on buying from discs because they still make that. But with a digital game, they can keep the price high as possible and they don't need to put it on sale. Whereas disc games, again, they're very cheap all the time and they can go on sale whenever. Because, well, people selling them on eBay find it harder to sell a disc game that may not be as good. So they sell it for cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and then that goes the sale. But I don't think that's the reason why they're actually getting rid of disc games. I think it's just costs more money. Obviously, it's all a cost thing. It's to try and save as much money as possible. Yeah, guys, we care about the community. We care about gamers. We care about you. Obviously, I know it's a business at the end of the day. Before anyone says, "Oh, but it's a business," of course they're going to be for profit. But you know, they come out with words like, "Oh yeah, we care about the player base. We care about the gamers, and this and this." Oh shit, sorry. We don't really. We just use them words because we know that people will believe us and stuff like that, and we know that people will get on their knees and suck our cocks because we're the best company ever. You know. But yeah, the PS5 Pro, again, rumored to have no disk drive, which if that's true, if that is true, that'll be a major kick in the fucking throat. Because holy shit, I don't know what it is. I know it's kind of pointless having a disc drive on PlayStation. I mean, again, they still haven't got backwards compatibility, which is one thing that kind of I don't understand about PlayStation. Like, just add that shit. Add the ability to go back and play old fucking games. I would absolutely love that. I know, but you can't through very little PlayStation game. I think God of War and stuff like that, if you pay for the fucking premium. I'm not paying $150 a year just to play some selective PlayStation games that are on the fucking backwards compatibility list. They probably can do it, and I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't understand why they haven't. I mean, it's not going to bring a huge amount of gamers. It's just more convenience to... I mean, if it's not making them money, then I guess they don't bother with it. Oh, but we care about the gamers. We really care about the gamers. Unless it's not making us money, then we don't give a shit. But yeah, that's pretty much... Well, that's every company in a nutshell, isn't it? Xbox does the exact fucking same. And then they come out and say, yeah, we care about the gamers. We care about everyone. We care about all you motherfuckers who strive to do this and this. And I'm like, you just don't give a shit about anyone. Just say that. It'd be a lot easier if you just said that, because it would ease a lot of people. But yeah, technical leap, not powerful leap. Probably has something to do with cloud. And oh, Jesus. I hope they don't introduce AI with consoles. Oh, if that's what Xbox is trying to mean when they do that shit, and they're trying to leap and put fucking AI in an Xbox and the cloud. I know a few years back there was rumored that they would release a cloud stick, like an Amazon Fire Stick, but you could plug it into your TV and it would stream games and stuff like that. That rumor fell out the park fucking quickly, to be honest with you. Probably because xCloud isn't doing as well. It's a cool system, and they definitely have the service to run that shit. But nobody really wants to run a cloud gaming system. It's, better yet, pointless. It is very pointless at the moment. Not everyone has an incredible internet connection for that. And again, it's not something you should experience multiplayer games in. Because again, you tried to boot up a multiplayer game in a cloud streaming service, it'll be like playing through a stream. It'd be like playing someone sharing their screen on Discord and you playing your game through that shared screen. The delay on that would be crazy, and that's what it's kind of like. It's like a delay. It's like someone showing you gaming through someone's FaceTime. That's what it feels. That's what it feels like. The delay on cloud gaming, it's hard to explain it, but it's like when you move your controller a few seconds later, your character moves. You can definitely notice it. It's very noticeable, even if it's like a few milliseconds. If you've played on cloud streaming services, you'll understand what I mean. It's not 100% optimal, and you can definitely notice that there's something a little bit weird. And it happens with GeForce Now as well. It happens with all services like that. And I do think that is the drawback, but I'm not really surprised because it is a cloud gaming service. But yeah, that's one thing I don't hope they add to Xbox. Please don't add fucking AI. That would be... And yeah, hopefully they get the name sorted out, and I don't know what they're going to call it. Xbox fucking Series 2. I don't know what they're going to call it. That's one thing that Xbox doesn't really understand what they're doing, is the names of their console. We went from Xbox fucking Original, it was just called Xbox. Obviously, people refer to it as Xbox Original because, well, it's the original one. Okay, not bad naming it Xbox. And then we went to Xbox 360. Cool name, very cool name. I was thinking, a lot of people, this is when the whole speculation came out, when they were like, oh, it's the Xbox 720 and stuff like that. When the leaks and the rumours came out for the next Xbox console. Oh no, they said, you know what? We're going from 360 to 1. Why? They're doing what Battlefield did. Oh, yeah, let's go. Battlefield 4. Oh, wait a minute. Battlefield 1. I take these. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I don't know who names this shit and goes through the naming process of a lot of these things. It's like, you're not exactly in order, are they? You know, I know that, you know, releasing games in order, you put a number after them, although it may seem very tacky to do that. It more comes down to helping people choose which game is actually fucking which is what, I mean, Call of Duty don't exactly... Again, Call of Duty don't do a good thing. The past 2 fucking Call of Duties have been pretty much using the exact same fucking names as previous Call of Duties, and I wouldn't even be surprised if the next few games do the same. You know, I don't get what this phenomenon of naming shit out of order is. Oh yeah, here is God of War 2. Next year will be coming God of War 5. You know, what the fuck is you know, why? Why do games and consoles and things do that? You know, do they just want to make things harder for people buying their thing? You know, I use Xbox Series X. I can assure you some people probably got confused with the Xbox One X because I know they're different generations, but especially parents buying their shit for their kids, they see that, oh, it's got X on the end. Okay, that's probably the console. They buy that shit and boom, their son's like, oh, what the fuck is this? I didn't ask for this, you know? I wanted the newer console, and they're like, oh, shit. You know, get what I mean? It's like, the naming is a big thing when it comes to a console. So I don't know what they'd name their next console after this. Xbox 720, are we going to get that ever? Is it finally we're going to get the Redeemer of the Xbox 720? God, who knows? But yeah, I think these Xbox... I mean, look at PlayStation. They're going PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if once they get to 10, they're going to do what Apple did and whoop, see ya. You know, completely forget about that. But I don't know. At least with PlayStation, you actually know which is which. Oh, that's a PlayStation 5. Okay, that's the latest console out. You know, Xbox. Oh, which is the latest console? You know, it's... Please. Just start naming. I don't know if that affects sales as such. People are like, oh, well, I don't really know which to buy, so I'm just going to buy a PlayStation 5 instead. I'm not too sure if that affects it. However, I'm sure that that pisses a lot of people off. The names change, you know, making the names make no sense. Oh yeah, Xbox One. Oh, boom, Xbox Series X. It sounds cool, but it from a standpoint of making sense and trying to help users purchase the right console and make sure they're on the right generation, can be and again, especially when parents are buying consoles for their sons and stuff like that, it can be a bit of a fucking punch in the face, you know, to realize, oh shit, which is the right generation, which generation should I actually be purchasing? So hopefully in the future they do realize that they need to get their fucking naming right instead of just bothering about the technological look of the console. Who knows, though? Who knows? Who really knows? I know a lot of people are getting their field day with this, but it is what it is. I hope Xbox survives the storm that they've created. It is what it is. Thank you for listening to this shit show, and have a great day.